Architectural Builders Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
You might have a Yale cylinder.
Okay.
As part number K825 CT6LL 626 finish.
Okay. Let me take a look. Let me familiarize myself with what it is.
It's a Yale housing with the IC core. I think it's their Key Mark series.
K825, mortise block temporary. So it's a construction core in a housing, is what it is, right?
No.
Oh.
So it's a housing with a permanent core.
What part of your part number indicates that?
Excuse me?
What part of your part number indicates a permanent core? I'm
assuming the CT61111.
Nah, well, I mean, I'm looking at their price list. I mean, that literally is under the construction core page, the CT6LL.
Okay. So do you have those?
Well, I mean, a mortise cylinder housing with a core, a combinated core to go into it. Sure, that's something I can put together. I mean, there's missing information. I don't know the length of the mortise cylinder housing. I don't know the cam that's on it. I don't know if there's a keyway required. Probably, obviously not. It's construction core.
So then I don't think we have the right part.
Well, okay. I mean, I'm looking, and I could also be confused, but I'm looking in the price book. And this is it only occurred, K825 falls in the price book twice, and the price book's 230 pages long, and it's on the construction core page.
So
So part number aside, you need a housing with a key mark?
So the catalog I'm looking at is a Yale key mark, and it's only 16 pages long.
Okay. So in the key mark catalog.
Correct.
So is what you need a housing with a key mark cylinder?
Correct.
So I wouldn't stock any key mark. That's all restricted.
Oh, it's factory? Okay. So what is your lead time for factory? 6 to 8 weeks?
Maybe. They're usually a little bit faster. I don't see that K825 in the key mark section.
K825?
Yeah, K825. Key mark. Yeah. Yeah, I see a K800, but not the 825 is. I'm suspicious that you don't have the right part number for key mark.
Okay. I might not.
And I'm also suspicious of my lack of grasp over Keymark. I know.
Well, that makes two of us. I don't necessarily. If I had to think over the 20 years of my life, I've probably bought Yale 5 times.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm quite sure that K825 is referring to a temporary core in a housing. I mean, when you look at the Keymark catalog on page 8, I mean, it's the only time K825 is referred to is when it's a temporary core. So what you would do is you'd order a K825 CT6LL. We got to know the length. We got to know the cam. Unless you tell me the lock and door thickness, then I can answer those questions.
The cam is. Here's the other part. The cam is going to be on page 14 of the Keymark, which is catalog, which is KC8 and KC7. So I need 2 cams. So I'm trying to. I'm buying this core and housing to see if they work in a Falcon MA series lock.
It's not gonna.
But I'm not sure which cam it needs.
They don't have one listed for an MA series. If you want Keymark, isn't Keymark small format?
Like I said, you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're the guy buying it, so you'll have to know. If it's small format, I wouldn't buy Yale. I would just buy Falcon, because you know you'll get the cam for Falcon.
I understand, but the issue is the job site is they use this keyway.
What is the keyway? Keymark?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
It's SoCal Gas.
So
and they're the one dictating. It's not me, and this is not even my project. Somebody just had me searching to see if I could find one so we can see if it works.
So it won't. I'm beyond sure of that. It's not going to work. Period. That the MA takes its own cam, like every other lock, pretty much. I would go back to the client and say K825 CT6LL. That is from the catalog. That is a mortise-cylinder housing with a construction core installed. And I think someone with a locksmithing background should talk to them if they're even receptive, because most of those types aren't. They don't want to talk. They just want the shit to show up right and not be involved in getting it right. So I usually find that those guys are pretty brutal to deal with. Not your guys, but that type of client.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to call Yale and ask them what that is, I'm quite sure that's what they're going to tell you. I mean, I may not be expert, but I've forgotten more about Yale than most people have ever learned.
Yeah. So I had called the flagship and the flagship facility, and they basically said call tech support. Yeah, no,
flagship is good, but that's not their thing.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, if what they, it would be very here's what I suspect, that they actually want K825 CT6LL, meaning you're going to supply them with a housing and a construction core, and then that gigantic end user orders Keymark from either the factory or whoever the locksmithing entity that handles that stuff.
Yeah, the end user. I got it.
Yeah, and that's probably what's happening here, meaning you don't have to worry about what they're going to stick in that housing. Ultimately, you've got to provide them with a housing with the right cam at the right length with a key that will actually work it so that they can operate it until the permanent cores are installed. That's likely what's happening here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm in. I'm game. Tell me what to do. But I'm quite sure of what I just said.
I am too, and I'm just going by, the request. And I've had this before with the DWP. So they wanted Yale 1109 single broach SA keyway with the extended 1147 rim tail pieces.
Yeah, that's all easy.
Yeah. So I know how, I understand all their wants and wishes and dreams and...
Yeah, what you just said is really easy. It's an 1109 rim cylinder in the SA keyway with a longer tailpiece. That's
correct.
Super. The only thing you don't know is how many pins are going to be in that cylinder. That you'd have to have them specify, and then the finish.
6 pin.
Yeah, so 6 pin and then your finish. That's easy peasy.
Yeah. So okay, well, let me go back to the drawing board and see if they're wanting permanent coring or just construction core.
Absolutely. Again, my name is Richard. Let me know how I can help.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yes, sir. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.